Hello, 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 everybody. John Lincoln here from goimagine. I will wait a few minutes, let everyone join in, chime in as we kind of get started with our office hours. What's up, Shirley? How are you? Hey, Robert. Nice to see you. Letting people kind of join in here. Hello, Katie. What's up, Sandy? And people are all starting to pop in. This is fantastic. For those who are watching this recording, or for anyone who might be lurking here that doesn't know me, my name is John Lincoln. I am the founder of goimagine, and this is Office Hours. We are here to talk goimagine and discuss things with you on any and everything you might want to ask. Also, we'll cover using the product, as we have done a lot during these webinars, so new people kind of get a feel for how to set things up. What's up, Jessica and Boutique Barn? Good morning, the Green Bee. I am in a sweatshirt today. It is freezing here, which is disappointing. 2 weeks ago it was 80 degrees in Massachusetts. Right now it's like 49 degrees, and next week it's supposed to be 80 again, which is ridiculous. It's totally zigzagging the temperature. But yeah, yesterday, today, tomorrow is supposed to be raining and like 45. It's pretty much gross weather this week. Wonder how are you all doing weather-wise? Everybody cold throughout the country besides here? Yeah, and Maine is gross, I imagine. Yeah, Wisconsin as well. 46 and been raining for 2 days. Yeah, this is not the late May that a lot of us were expecting. Pacific Northwest. So Robert, you're doing well over there. Yeah, 82 in central Louisiana. Thanks, Sandy. You're the one here to rub it into everyone else who's up north. So anyway, we'll get started. A couple things I wanted to cover today. A couple of things that were released. We did have a release that went out yesterday or the day before yesterday. A couple things that were released. We did have some bug fixes that came out. Just some simple things to clean up some of the system, as all technology does, and cleaning up bugs and streamlining things. We had a couple of updates that happened. One of which is what's up, Janet? One of which was our notifications now. Let me share my screen. So some of you might find now that we have a new notification section. That the first notification we've created is the ability to let you know if you have products that aren't assigned to categories. We found one of the issues that was happening to a lot of our sellers is they would either forget to add categories to their products, or they would import products from Etsy, which doesn't bring over categories, and in turn, all of your products don't have categories. So if you have no products, you have some products that don't have categories, this warning is going to pop up. Simply click on it, and it'll bring you to the product that doesn't have a category. So you can see the products that don't have categories here. Simply go in, choose the categories that best define what it is you're selling, and then you can save that. And now you have a new category for this. So now that notification you see just went away. So typically categories are required anyway. So for a lot of you, this might be all set. But for those who don't have categories assigned for whatever reason, there will be that warning that pops up moving forward. The next thing that was released, which is the start of giving the ability for users to assign products in the order they want, is you now can drag and drop your product catalog to different order of what you want to see. So in this case, what you're going to see is you can drag and drop these products in whatever order you want. All the way down to the bottom, you can drag them up. And if I go to the second page, you're going to see when you get to page 2, a little arrow appears. And this arrow is the ability for you to move to top. So if I click this arrow, it's going to take this Grinch wreath and move it to the top of my list. So that's the ability for you to move it up, and then from there you can organize things. Let's see here. Those are the two major things that we did. Once that gets updated on the front end, on the actual marketplace, it'll take the order of which your products are set up and display them in the order you want. First step was giving you the ability to actually organize those products. Let's see here. There's a couple other things I think we might have done. The other one here is shop status. This is a small thing, but we now are displaying shop status. Some of you, if maybe your payment has lapsed, your shop might have moved to pending or disabled. You now can see from the front screen here what the status of your shop is. That was an issue before because people would, your products would get disabled. You'd wonder why, what happened, and there was no easy way on the front page to actually see if you were active or disabled or pending. So that's now set up as well. All right. I always like to ask if there's anybody new here. Do we have any new members that have joined us? It looks like we have 26 people. A bunch of you have talked. Some of you are probably lurking. If we have anybody new, we always want to welcome you to goimagine and definitely want to let you ask any questions you have on setting up. We are always here to help you answer any questions that have you that you might have. I know a lot of you are the regulars, and I wish I had like some more exciting news on some of these meetings because we're here just to hang out and answer anything you might have. And I'll go over setting up as I always do, just so for people watching the recordings, they always get some of that if they're new. All right. So I'll jump into a little bit of. Janet asked if we had a shop and closed it, can we reopen it with the items still there, or do we have to completely start over? Janet, you do not have to start over. If you reopen your shop, everything you did will still be there. So nothing will be gone. All your products will be disabled. So you have to go in and activate the products that need to be activated, but you will not have lost any of your work. So if you reopen your shop, you should see everything there. Robin, can you? Yeah, you of course can open a shop without a photo of you. You do not have to show your photo. You could still use the make a profile photo for something else, maybe your logo. So what you're referring to is, let me share my screen, Robin. I think what you're referring to is our Meet the Maker section. So if I go to, we'll use Wild Gatherings. I like Shirley's site, and I also like her photo. So when you go to the Meet the Maker section, that's where we have the profile photo. Now, we obviously encourage you to put a photo of yourself, but you do not have to put a photo of yourself. You can put a photo of, maybe if you go to craft fairs, maybe you put a photo of your booth, showing your booth with all the products. If you need to, you can put your logo here. Maybe you can put your workshop, a picture of your workshop. So if you're camera shy or you just don't want to show a photo of yourself, if you don't put a photo at all, it'll just be blank. It won't show anything, which is not a problem. So there's no requirement for you to show a photo of yourself. But yeah, you can certainly still use this space for something else. Again, I would suggest maybe, again, if you're a craft fair, go to craft fairs. I think it'd be nice to show your booth at a craft fair. Would be a good photo to have here, if you're not going to put a photo of yourself. Cindy Relvis, your analytics won't open? Let me test it on my end. That's interesting. So when you So to confirm, you're not seeing this when you open up the analytics. I have one that's spinning still. Are you getting an error? Let me go back in and out. Yeah, my sessions by medium is not opening for some reason. The rest are opening. Is there an error happening for you, Cinderella? Or is it just not opening anything? Or is it like me where it is this one, looks like for some reason one data point didn't open? Jenny Ford, I totally get it. If you've been on Etsy for 15 years, opening another shop somewhere else can certainly be overwhelming. Definitely take some effort and some work. And yeah, Sandy, I've always liked Shirley's photo. It shows like the maker in action. If you are new and you're just getting started here, I always recommend starting in the Help Center. The Help Center is where you have the ability to hopefully get all the information you need on setting up your shop. I know, Jenny, you mentioned that you're scared getting started. And so to get started, we recommend going to our Getting Started checklist. And this ideally, if you go step by step, is not difficult. When you chunk it out, it becomes a lot easier to digest than if you look at everything at once you have to do. So these 7 steps really just get you started in a way that is pretty easy. You know, step 1 is fill out your about section. You can focus on that. Maybe just for the day, you work on that. The ability for you to obviously put your shop name, but if you have a shop announcement you want, your maker profile is something that you can certainly work on to describe who you are, what you do, why they should buy from you, your experience in making what you make, all that sort of stuff goes into the maker profile. Your brand, ideally, you've worked on your brand because you're on Etsy already, in your case, Jenny. So in that case, your banner and your logos can be uploaded to our system pretty quickly. You don't have to really focus on recreating your brand. Now, if you are recreating your brand, there's effort that goes into the actual logo design and banner designs. But if you have them on Etsy, you can use them over here as well. Your outbound links to, all your off-site platforms. Share your Facebook URL, your Instagram URL. Maybe you want to share your blog for people to go to your blog. You can certainly do that in our outbound links section. The payment section, obviously, is the most important thing. This is where you have to integrate with Stripe. Very easy to integrate. You just sign up for a free Stripe account. You do not have to have a paid account, but you sign up for the free Stripe account right here. We have steps you can follow through on that. If you want text alerts from us, we do SMS text alerts settings so that it will send alerts when an order comes in. The nice thing about our system is you do not have to touch shipping. Shipping automatically is set up if you add weights to your products. So USPS Ground Advantage and USPS Priority Shipping will both appear if you add weights to your products, and it will assign the correct shipping amount based on that. In that case, it's retail rates. If you don't want to use real-time shipping, which is USPS Ground Advantage and Priority, you also can set up your own flat or tiered rates. In that case, you want to charge $5 for a product to be shipped. Or maybe you want to tier your rates where if the product's over $20, it's free shipping. If it's under $20, it's $5 shipping. You can set up those type of tiers. Your shop policies, pretty straightforward. You probably have these for Etsy as well. These are your terms and conditions. Do you offer a return policy? Is there a certain processing time they should be aware of to get the products? Are there any care instructions that you want to tell them about? Any information you want to tell them goes into your terms and conditions, your shop policies. And it's not until you do these 7 steps do you have to even worry about adding products. When you are ready to add products, it's important to know that we do have an Etsy product import. We do this for free for you, where if you download your listings from Etsy, we can import them for you. And that brings over a lot of the information. It brings over the product name, the product description, the product photos. It'll bring over the price. It'll bring over the weight. So a lot of the information does come over. The things that don't come over are categories. I mentioned that earlier. So you do have to set up your categories after you do that. And then any options and variations. So if you have options on products, you'll have to set those up after the import. If you're a Mosaic user, this is where after you set up all the basics, all of this stuff you're doing is also setting up Mosaic. So your website is getting set up as you're setting up your marketplace site as well. All the products being added go on both sites. Your terms and conditions go on both sites. Setting up Stripe, adding your outbound links, adding your logo, all of that happens on both sites. There's just a few things you can do additional on Mosaic to further brand your Mosaic site. That includes assigning featured products, which helps you curate the homepage to your Mosaic page for your website. Setting up your custom categories, which creates your browsing ability so that users can browse your shop based on categories that you set up. Creating additional banners. For those who have their own website through us, you do have the ability to add additional promo banners, which is nice. You can change the theme color. That allows you to brand it further so that links and buttons are all in your theme versus being the goimagine theme color. And the final thing we recommend is actually setting up the domain so that they can go to yourshop.com instead of going to goimagine.com/yourshop. So this is where you can buy your own domain. You can buy a domain from us. You go to goimaginedomains.com. This is where you can buy the domain, and then we would set it up for you. But you don't have to buy it from us. You can buy it from GoDaddy. You can buy it from Namecheap. You can buy it from any other domain provider you want to buy the domain from, and then we give you instructions on how to set things up. Yeah, Janet, our photo sizes are slightly different. There shouldn't be a huge difference though, right? So I think a lot of the Etsy photos should fit into ours pretty well. They shouldn't be way off. But then you can, of course, crop them after, and that's what Shirley's talking about here. And Jenny, when it comes to marketing, we do a lot of social media marketing. So you've probably seen some of our ads on Facebook or Instagram. We're also starting up some Pinterest ads. So we've been doing mostly social media advertising when it comes to advertising products. We have a campaign running right now, which I believe is for Memorial Day. I think we have a Memorial Day one running right now. I'd have to check. Robin, yeah. So Google crawls all of our pages. We also integrate with the Google Merchant Center. So if you go to Google Shopping, you're going to find all the products there as well. So that's a good point. So what Jenny asked is how do we market the site? One of the main things we also do is integrate into Google Merchant Center. And this is something that, not everybody gets when you have your own website either. If you set up with Shopify or Wix, it doesn't mean that you're feeding to shopping, because there's a difference between what's this doing? There is a difference between Google Shopping and Google crawling your pages to be found. So if I wanted to find products, I'll just use this to find one real quick. If I go to the shopping tab here, you'll see, just by searching goimagine, you'll see all the products that are synced into Google. But if I choose one here, we'll choose the one that has a good, unique, someone who has a unique, there's a good one. The St. Josephine Bakita, patron saint of human trafficking survivors charm. If I search this, we'll see if it pops up. Actually, there's a bunch of these. I didn't realize that was a popular trend. Let me try a different one. Obviously, a lot of the SEO that comes into play is what you use in terms of your description and your title on the odds that's going to come up in the first few pages of Google search. So SEO is really on the end of the maker side. All we can do is feed into Google all of the things. Looks like a lot of Tamagotchis. Custom painted common Tamagotchis. I'm curious here. So if I go to Wild Gatherings, let me try this one. The Nuthatch Dry Point Engraved Copper Intaglio print. If I search that in Google, there it is. So you see the second one that pops up in Google Shopping is Wild Gatherings. There's one that goes up in front of it, but searching in this case, I used Shirley's example here of her product. Searching that in Google, it became the second search result. What's up, Michelle? So what else can we discuss here? Let me look what we have going on in terms of additional development. We're creating a function that people requested in terms of importing and exporting products from our dashboard. So that will give you the ability to import products on your own. Also will give you the ability to export products if you have to take them somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So Robin, in terms of shipping rates, it's something that's actually changing right now, but right now it calculates retail rates. So the shipping is slightly higher on ours than you're going to pay if you do like a ShipMonkey or ShipStation or Shippo or Pirate Ship, because typically you get commercial rates when you go through there. That said, I've already tested. We have a update coming, which is going to be commercial rates that are calculated because we find that more sellers are doing what you're doing in terms of getting discounted rates through like a ShipMonkey. So the calculated shipping will soon be closer to the commercial rates than it is the retail rates that are happening. Nice, Sandy. Yeah, I mean, like the best we can do is feed everything to Google. It's up to people to find you and then buy the products. But I find that when people are searching in Google, GoImagine listings are appearing. Whether they're in the top row, the first page, the second page, who knows? But GoImagine is definitely appearing within the search results on Google. Thank you, Stephanie, for answering that question. Yeah. Yeah. So what Stephanie said there is that you're not creating labels through us. You would still create labels through whatever service you want to use, whether it's Pirate Ship or ShipStation or whatever. We're just calculating the amount to charge the buyer, where you would get to collect the shipping fee. That's great, Sandy. Yeah, I mean, like traffic. I mean, it depends on the seller. Some sellers are getting more traffic than others, but it's nice to see that you're seeing some traffic spikes as well, Sandy. I think time on the platform helps too, where Google does um, rank pages based on longevity too. That's something that Google does. That's not us, but they find that pages that have been around longer have more authority than a brand new page. So the longer you've been on Go Imagine, you might find that more long-term people are seeing more rankings in Google than someone who posted a product. I mean, sometimes it takes, a month or two to even get onto Google. So if you post a product today, that product is not ranked in Google immediately. You have to wait till Google finds it and crawls it. Yeah, Jenny, I think we had an SEO webinar at some point. Stephanie, you can remind me, but I think we did do an SEO video. And we also have an SEO help page. Let me check. So we have this here, Jenny, which might help you. And then we also have this one. Yeah, Bill did do one a while ago. We have a couple articles here that can show you how to manage page titles and meta descriptions. That makes sense, yeah, Stephanie. It's something we might have to do a new one. In fact, I think I just realized one of the articles I shared there. Yeah, I redacted one. So this one here, let me share my screen, is the most relevant one, where it talks about search tags and SEO and how to set up your product listings with good SEO. So yeah, there's that one article I shared, which might be helpful. Any other last minute questions? We are here for you, so don't be shy. Okay. Product videos is something we've been looking into on how to upload videos. That's not available yet, Robin. Right now it's just photos, but videos is something that we've been looking at. Okay. All right, wonderful. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I want to thank you all for being here as always. Here every Wednesday. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us via our Facebook group or support. Simply email support@goimagine.com. We want to help you the best we can. So multiple ways to find us. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, definitely recommend you joining our Facebook group. A lot of great community members there talking to each other and discussing topics on Go Imagine and topics just in the handmade industry in general. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for supporting our mission. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. So have a wonderful day. Thanks, everybody. Bye.